Anybody who ever got their eyebrows microbladed actually liked the results?
I got mine done in 2020, loved it at the time, hate it now.
Biggest mistake of my life.
Like, what the fuck?
It looks so ridiculous.
Why did no one stop me?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to have a very serious conversation about microblading. Because somehow, we let the beauty industry convince an entire generation of women that tattooing eyebrows onto their face was just a cute little convenience. No, seriously. At one point, microblading was everywhere. Everybody wanted fuller brows, perfect brows, effortless brows, wake up and go brows. Like, oh, don't worry, it fades in 1 to 2 years. But now women are coming back years later saying, actually, it did not fade. It turned gray. It turned orange. It blurred together. It became blocky. It changed shape. And now I'm paying even more money to get it removed. And I have to be honest, I don't think some of these women really understood how tattoos work. Because microblading is still a tattoo. It is pigment being placed into the skin. So if you keep getting it touched up over and over again, you are putting more ink in the same place again and again and again. And now when you decide you hate it, it is going to be even harder to take off. That part is mind-blowing to me because people are treating their bodies like a trend, and then the trend changes, but the tattoo is still there.
If you're thinking about getting brow tattoos or any kind of permanent makeup done on your face, I want you to watch this video first.
Let this be your sign to never, ever get microblading done or any form of semi-permanent makeup, permanent makeup, never. I promise it will not look, and I will look like this for a few days. Yes, my eyebrows looked amazing at first. Yes, I paid a premium to go to a very reputable artist. And that was about 2-3 years ago. I walked around with literally orange eyebrows until I finally decided to start getting them lasered off.
I got my eyebrows microbladed in 2020 and I have regretted it almost every day since. So I am blonde naturally, I have virtually no eyebrows to speak of, and I wear a full face of makeup every single day. So to me, it felt like a no-brainer. I'm already doing my eyebrows and my makeup every single day. Why wouldn't I want them just done already? Like, duh, make it so much quicker every day. Okay, so a few things that are misconceptions or they just straight up don't tell you. First of all, they don't just go away. I got them done 4 years ago and they are fresh as ever, there as ever. The ink has bled, they are a hot mess, and they are not even the shape that I got them initially, okay? The next part, I am in my 30s. I get Botox. Because I get Botox and because I am actively aging every single day, they are not even on the same plane anymore, okay? Like, they may look all right now. I have them filled in and I have them carved out to shit with concealer, okay? This one comes down so far over here. This one has like elongated way longer than this one. I have to even them out that it is more work doing my eyebrows now than it was before I got them microbladed. So yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. 4 years, haven't been happy. Also, I look ridiculous when I don't have a full face of makeup on anymore because my eyebrows are essentially this color and this filled in because the ink has bled so much that they don't look like hair strokes anymore. They just look like poorly done tattoos, which is what they are. So when I don't have a full face of makeup on, it looks like I started to do my eyebrows poorly and then was like, yeah, that's good enough for now. It looks so ridiculous.
But I got mine done in 2020, loved it at the time, hate it now. I love what she did. They look great. But I hate that so many eyebrow trends have just passed me by. And I can't do anything about them because these bitches are tattooed on. This is what they're gonna be. And she told me they would fade in like 2 to 3 years. It's been 6. Before I had them done, I called what I call grandpa eyebrows. And like my eyebrows started like here because the hairs right here were so blonde you couldn't even see them. So it just looked like my eyebrows started like here and over, and they had no arch. They were just a line, which is now a trend. A straight line eyebrow. I don't get it. I was way above the times and I didn't even know it. I've hated my eyebrows for the last 1.5 years silently, and that's fine because I'm not going to complain because what can I do about it? They're tattooed. They're there. But what really brought it to my attention was this girl that hates me, and I know she hates me because she expresses it to everybody but me, complimented them the other day. And you're not about to play in my face like that, so can we do anything? They're not bad by any means. This one arches higher and this one doesn't. And
The thing about microblading is that it made sense at the time. A lot of women had overplucked brows. Some had naturally blonde brows. Some had sparse brows. Some were tired of filling them in every morning. So when somebody said, you can wake up with perfect brows every day, of course that sounded amazing. And to be fair, a lot of these brows did look good at first. Fresh microblading can look really pretty, It can look clean, sharp, symmetrical, and natural if the artist knows what they are doing. That is how people get convinced. The problem is not always day 1. The problem is year 2, year 4, year 6.
2 weeks ago, I went and did permanent eyebrows. And this has been a very, very tough 2 weeks for me. Because I hate these eyebrows. And guys, I just want to remove them at this point, and I don't know how I'm gonna remove them. It's permanent eyebrows. How do I remove this? And they are dark, and I find a shape. 500, I'm gone with a man's like that. What the hell is this?
You guys, I can't stop crying, and like in the bad way. I got my eyebrows micro shaded today because I literally have like barely any eyebrows. And I went to this girl and she has a salon and shit, and she had like reviews, good reviews. And I know like they're fucking dark, right? Like I know I've had them microbladed before, but like they're just so fucked up. Let me just show you. Fucking God. So this one, not awful. You know, it's gonna fade a little bit, it's gonna peel, whatever. I get that one. The fuck happened to this one? Am I tripping? Like, look at where the fucking head of the brow starts. Like, was she fucking holding, like, what the fuck? Like, words can't express how fucking pissed off I am right now. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna have to fucking put concealer there? Like, I called her and I was like, listen, bro, this is not cool. Like, something needs to be done. I can't be looking like this. And she's getting me in at like noon tomorrow, but like, I don't know what the fuck she's gonna do. Like, I don't want her to go more in on this one and fuck this one up. But like, bro, what the fuck?
So I got my eyebrows microbladed when I was 18, and I haven't touched them up in like 2 years because I just wanted them to fade, but they just decided to stay forever. So they haven't faded. I don't like the way that they're fading, so I'm getting them touched up today by a brow surgeon, and I want to show you guys the before and after, because for anyone that struggles with like eyebrow tings, I don't know why I just don't have eyebrows. Like, if I can show you the hair, like there's really not that much. So for girlies that struggle with filling their eyebrows every day, let me show you the difference here. Yeah. Getting numbed right now, and then we're gonna do color correcting. This is eyebrow mapping. Symmetry, really good. Do you see the slay on these? Do you see?
Why did no one stop me? Why did no one stop me from getting my eyebrows microbladed? Because I did get them microbladed, and I remember they didn't take in these areas here. And so she nano needled them. She nano needled them, not just here, but over my entire eyebrow, which means not only were they microbladed, they were nano needled at the same time. And I feel like I came away with the most blocky eyebrows ever. And I can't undo that. After 6 years, they are faded, but it's still there. It's like a really old, disgusting tattoo, and I feel like I can't do anything else with my brows other than tint them. I don't shape them. I pluck the odd 1 or 2 hairs, but I don't do anything with them because I can't.
My microblading is almost completely gone. I got microblading in 2020. Biggest mistake of my life. The microblading industry advertised as semi-permanent, okay? That it's gonna fade in 1 to 2 years. Mine did not fade. They were so dark, they didn't follow my natural shape. And then after like a year, they just turned bright red. I honestly hated the way I looked for years because I couldn't change my eyebrows, and I was forced to overpluck because they did not follow my natural shape. I've had 8 sessions of a microblading laser removal. It hurts like a bitch, and it's super expensive. They're looking pretty crazy right now because I've been growing them out for like 2 months. Don't know if I'll get my natural eyebrows back just because I've been overplucking them for like 15 years.
Because the brows that look soft and fresh in the beginning can start fading into a completely different color. Some women said theirs turned orange. Some said gray. Some said red. Some said bluish. Some said the tiny hair strokes blurred together until it looked less like brows and more like markers sitting on their face. And that is the part I think people were not prepared for. Because when you hear semi-permanent, you think temporary. You think, okay, if I hate it, it will fade. But for so many women, it did not just disappear. It faded badly and then stayed there.
I think people have started to realize that microbladed eyebrows are quite literally just a facial tattoo. Many girls were lied to and said, hey, we can do this treatment. It will only last a couple of years and your eyebrows will look great. But then years later, they are stuck with this that will not go away. To be fair, I think a lot of people were skeptical when microblading was really popular that a temporary cosmetic tattoo was really temporary. But how many videos have you guys seen of people coming forward now years later saying that microblading has ruined their eyebrows? They are left with like this awful blocky red splotchy patch over their eyebrows. Honestly, I think a good rule of thumb is just never tattoo your eyebrows on. One, there's so many eyebrow trends. We cycle through eyebrow trends every year. It goes from thick to thin. We have the fluffy brows, the feather brows. It goes through so fast. If you tattoo that on your face, like, are you really gonna want that for the rest of your life? Two, we have seen with these microblading aftermath videos, you either gotta microblade it for the rest of your life and commit to a facial tattoo basically, or you have to get it lasered off.
These were my brows when I had them freshly microbladed. I absolutely love them. They look good. These days my brows just piss me off, so I just pluck whatever. But this is what I'm dealing with. So I don't even know what I'm doing with my brows lately. I think I just thin them out too much. But as you can see, I have the stroke marks that are orange. And this is what irritates me.
I so badly want to be on this like clean girl eyebrow, like the fluffy brows, the laminated look. Like I want that for my eyebrows. But the problem is, let me get close. Like, okay, you can see like how the microblading has faded and I have just like kind of this like gray leftover blurred ink, whatever. And I don't have like a lot of brow hair on I'll make sure the other side. The other side's worse. On this side, there's not even a ton of hair to like fluff up, even if I had a good brow gel, but then it's just exposing like all that ink and like, I don't know. I want those brows, but like, what are we doing? Microblade girls, like, please help.
I'm almost at year 2 right now, and I kind of regret it only because of where I'm at right now. Like, I liked how they looked in the beginning. Like, I went to a good person. Like, everything was great, but my brows have been in the awkward fading process for about a year now, and that was something I honestly really did not think about at all before I got my eyebrows microbladed. So basically right now on the top, it's kind of hard to tell because I have makeup on right now, but on the top, it's like a light gray, and then my natural brow is dark gray. So basically in natural light, when I don't have makeup on, you could just see right through it. Like, it almost makes me look, I want to say, like older, because it looks like I have gray hair on top of my brows, but I don't. That's just the pigment. I got my eyebrows microbladed 4 years ago, and this is a 4-year update. So as you can see here, my pigment is really gray. It's really faded. You could still see the strokes in the beginning there, but overall they obviously like need to get redone. But the problem is I don't want to get it redone. I was really under the impression that microblading was only going to last me like a year or two, meaning it was going to be completely gone. But that is obviously not the case here. It looks like after a year and a half, it like faded, and then I just got stuck in the faded process. Like, I thought I was going to keep going and like just completely be gone from my face, but that is not the case here.
I really want to be able to participate in like different brow trends, and they're not so bad right now, but I feel like when I have makeup on, like they're giving like Disney villain. Actually, someone left that as like a mean comment on one of my videos a while ago, and I can't unsee it now.
I know they show you the pretty pictures, it looks fantastic, but I've yet to meet someone who years down the line is still happy with the results. These are my eyebrows at the moment. They're just laminated and tinted because I have to cover up this mess somehow. Look at that. Zoom in if you need to. So the ink is kind of like grayish at this point. It's been years since I did them. And not only is it really expensive, but it hurts so bad because they're literally cutting your skin with like a little sharp knife and depositing the color. It is honestly one of the most painful experiences I've ever put myself through, and I can tolerate pain. For whatever reason, I am not afraid to be ugly on the internet, so Here you go. Let's zoom in even closer. Look at the gray. Do you see the ink? It's faded. It looks crappy. So I want to get it lasered off, but I'm scared my hair is going to fall out. So if you've had any experiences with taking off the microblading, please let me know. This is how they look when I have a fresh wax and tint. So if you've been thinking about doing microblading, just get yourself a little tint and lamination. You will be fine.
And this is why the touch-up conversation matters. Because a lot of women got microblading, then got a touch-up, then another touch-up, then color correction, then powder brows, then nano brows, then somebody else tried to fix what the first person did. And at some point, you have to ask, what are we doing? You are putting tattoo ink into the same area over and over again, and then wondering why it is turning into one dark block. It makes no sense. And I am not saying that to be mean. I understand why women did it. They were trying to maintain the look. They were trying to fix fading. They were trying to cover up weird colors. They were trying to make their brows look normal again. But every touch-up can make removal harder, because now there are layers of pigment sitting in the skin. So when you finally decide you want them gone, you may need laser removal, multiple sessions, a lot of money, and a lot of patience. And even then, removal is not always simple. Some people say the laser hurt worse than getting them done. Some say the pigment turns red before it fades. Some have to wait weeks between sessions. Some need 3 sessions. Some need 8. Some need more. So now the same brows that were supposed to save time every morning are costing twice as much, maybe more, just to remove.
In 2020, I became a victim of the microblading trend. Back then, they marketed microblading as something that was semi-permanent, because tell me why I have these still on my eyebrows after 6 years. Initially, when you get them done, they look great. But what they don't tell you is that when you do too many strokes together, the ink will eventually spread and they will become one blob. So it literally looks like I have a marker on my face. Plus mine are fading in with some like red undertones. Whatever you do, do not get a touch-up, because I have 4 layers of ink on my face and I fear that it's going to take me an entire year to laser this off. My eyebrows are so dark, it doesn't even match my face. Like, I hate them so much. So if there's any advice I could give to any young female, please do not touch your face until you're at least like 28, because trust me, you're going to learn to grow into yourself, and there are things that you're going to do that are going to be irreversible.
Here are a couple things that I learned when it comes down to removing your microblading. Number 1, microblading does not fade. At least mine, it did not fade for 6 years. The only reason why I decided to get microblading done in the first place is because I overplucked my eyebrows. And since it is heavily advertised as something that would fade within a year or 2, I trusted that. I was hoping that by the time my natural eyebrows grow back, the microblading would fade out, but it didn't. So here I am. Number 2, getting them removed with lasers is the fastest and probably the safest way to remove them, which moves on to number 3. You need to pick the right laser. The laser that I ended up using was Picoways. It is probably one of the most effective lasers to remove tattoos, especially cosmetic ink. And as you can tell, this laser did not turn my hair white or fry it off. And I have really dark pigmented hair. The last thing that I learned is that your technician should do a test spot to see how your skin responds to these lasers. We did a little test spot in the end before we did the entire thing. Mine responded really well, so I didn't even swell. It's just a little bit red. My pigment did not turn red. And honestly, I am just so happy that I even started this journey. Realistically, it's going to take about 3 to 4 sessions. Sometimes it can even take up to 10 sessions, but we'll see, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated. If you are planning or wanting to get microblading done, please do so much research and put a lot of thought into it before you actually decide to get them, because honestly, now getting them removed, it's costing me more than me getting them done in the first place.
One thing that they don't tell you when you get your microblading is that it's going to look so ugly and uneven once it starts fading. Just look at my brows, how uneven they are. This eyebrow looks so up, and that's because the microblading at the front has faded a lot and the arch has not faded at all. And this side, the arch has faded, so this eyebrow looks proper down, and it's literally so grey that I just hate them so much. I've been feeling so insecure about my brows lately. I literally have to do my brows every time I go out without makeup because my face does not look even at all. Even my niece said to me once, "Why did you draw your eyebrows like that?" She was like, "Why is it that color?" Oh my god, for my niece to say something to me, that's because she can notice. So I really want to get my microblading removed.
Take this as your sign to never get your eyebrows microbladed. I got my eyebrows microbladed back in 2017, and look at how orange they are. Like, what? no makeup on. That's just literally the orangeness of the dye just still sitting there. I got told by multiple other microblading artists that my original artist was like too heavy-handed and scarred my brows, so I have to deal with this. So I look crazy all the time. That's why I always have to tint my brows, because my eyebrows look straight ginger, but it's just the pigment.
My biggest beauty treatment regret ever was getting my eyebrows microbladed. Like, I wish so badly that I didn't get them done, because the process that I'm in right now is just so frustrating. I will say this, when I first got them done, they looked really good. I loved the shape, and I made like a video. I was obsessed with them. However, I should have known better, because they do require a little bit of maintenance. Like, you have to get touch-ups and whatnot, and like, that's just, I'm not good with that type of stuff. Like, anything that has like maintenance and touch-ups and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. So I should have just known better than to get them, because when they started to fade, mine started to oxidize the color and it became like a grayish red, and I just hated it. I absolutely hated it. I couldn't stand it. And instead of getting them touched up, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get them removed. I'm gonna do a laser treatment to get them removed. I did this not realizing that they were gonna turn red, and you have to wait like 8 to 10 weeks in between sessions. And so it's just like a long process, and I'm like, I feel so self-conscious about them.
The other issue is eyebrow trends change way too fast. That is why tattooing a trend onto your face is risky. 1 year, everyone wants sharp Instagram brows, then everyone wants fluffy brows, then laminated brows, then straight brows, then thin brows start coming back, then natural brows are in again. And if your brows are tattooed on, you cannot just wake up and decide you want a new shape. You are stuck. A lot of women in the video said they liked their brows when they first got them done, but years later, their style changed, their face changed, their makeup changed, the trends changed, and suddenly those brows did not fit them anymore. That is the part people need to think about. You might love a beauty trend right now, but are you going to love it in 5 years? Are you going to love it in 10 years? Are you going to love it when your face changes? When your style changes? When you stop wearing full glam? When you want a softer look? Because you can remove brow pencil. You can wash off brow gel. You can grow out a bad tint. But a facial tattoo is a whole different commitment.
The reason I did microblading was because I had a couple of missing hair spots in my eyebrows, and I wanted to fill it in. Didn't want to do it every morning with pencil and shadow, so I did it for the comfort of it. And sure enough, what happened was that the color turned different, and it turned gray, and that's what I didn't like, and that's why I removed it. As you notice, my eyebrows are pretty thick here, which I love. I'm blessed with that. And the rest of it was the grayness that was added to it. They kept making it, filling it in, and it kept getting darker and darker. And that's what I didn't care for. I wanted my natural eyebrow color, which is the brown, which I love. And that's eventually what it's going to be. The procedure is done quickly, within minutes, and then you this hydrating in a little container. You bring it home, use it every 2 to 3 hours. After you use 4, done until the scabs, the flakiness is gone. Mine was after, I think, the end of the 2nd day. And again, still pretty well and fast, and my pain tolerance is high. You have to put that under consideration and think about it. The pain is not that bad compared to a lot of pain procedures go through for beauty. For me, it was just fine. They put the cream on, take care of it. And the first month was going to turn red. Mine was red. It's not even a week. It was like Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Today's Sunday, and it's in a week, and the redness is gone. There is no scab, no flakiness. When I fill it in, put a little bit of on there, like the red, the color, and it just fills it really nicely. Much of the red is gone too. So first month is going to turn red, then next month after later it's going to turn brown, and the month after is going to be gray, which is probably uncomfortable for me. I don't really for that. That's what I wanted to get in the first place. But then that's going to be, and it's going to be my natural eyebrows. Eventually, if I want, I can add a little here and there the microblading, but not much. The thing is that once you start doing it, then it's to the point that it changes. It's like when you put filler in your face, it keeps moving and microblading and changes the whole thing. So with this same thing, the color is beautiful at the beginning, it eventually changes. And this wasn't my recent person who actually did that. It was the one prior to that that do it right, and then had to fix it, and eventually she remove it all, get your own natural color on, and if you want a little touch up, I'll do. So basically my eyebrows, which I am pretty happy with it in less than a week, how it looks like. If you have any questions, let me know, because I know I go through these procedures without knowing and not being aware, and it could be a shock. For me, it was clear because at the beginning of the process, I knew exactly what I was going through. So
I finally am getting my microblading removed. I just went to my first session and look how crazy this is. I don't know how I'm gonna make videos the next few days because how am I supposed to make a transition from this, and I'm not allowed to cover it up, to this with no makeup? Like, it's just not gonna work. Also, this was probably one of the most painful experiences that I've had, and I think I have a really high pain tolerance. I would put this at top 3 things of pain that I've gotten, and I've gotten an IUD and my little piercings. It's definitely gonna be worth it though, so I don't have to cover up my eyebrows every single day with makeup. But like, what was the girl doing that did my eyebrows, honestly?
I'm currently removing my microblading. So if you see them going through 50 shades of gray, that's why. And my microblading journey has been that when I first did it in 2014, I really liked them. They were natural. I would touch them up about every year and a half, and I liked it. Somewhere around 2019, 2020, they started looking very unnatural, and I started changing the people who were doing the artists, or whatever you call them, the estheticians who were doing microblading. And they just kept getting darker and darker, and I did not like them. And it got to the point that it looked like just 2 giant marker lines on my face. And they were dark and black, so I started removing them. And I saw myself in pictures, I think like last year and a half. And so I realized that I looked very unnatural, and I'm 50 years old. So all the things that I was doing to myself were actually aging me. And it's not that I don't want to look 50, I want to look natural. So I started removing my microblading. I removed some lip filler on my upper lip because it was just too big. I removed some cheek filler because I was getting filler face. I stopped doing eyelashes in an attempt to just look more natural, look more fresh. And also that's the process with my microblading, removing that, because I didn't like the way it looks. I really just like natural eyebrows. And it's funny because I'm one of those people that loves beauty trends, and I love beauty products, and I love trying new things. But I've learned now there is such a thing as too much. A little goes a long way. More isn't necessarily better. And it's always better to start very conservatively and slowly, and then see if you like something and try it.
And honestly, the biggest lesson here is do not treat your body like a trend, because trends are going to change. They always do. The same thing happened with filler. The same thing happened with thin brows. The same thing happened with overfilled lips, laminated brows, sharp contour, heavy lashes, and so many other beauty trends. At first, everybody's doing it. Everybody's posting it. Everybody says it looks amazing. Then a few years pass, and suddenly everyone is asking, why did we do that? But when the trend is makeup, you can wash it off. When the trend is a tattoo on your face, that is different. And that is what makes microblading such a big deal. Because many women in this video were not just saying, I don't like the style anymore. They were saying, I feel stuck. They were saying they have to cover the color every day. They were saying they cannot participate in new brow trends. They were saying they feel like their brows make them look older, harsher, or more unnatural. And for something that was supposed to make life easier, that sounds exhausting.
So I'm getting my microblading removed tomorrow. I'm doing a pico laser. I'm hoping that I can get done in one session. I know that's kind of unlikely, but I just have high hopes because I haven't touched them in years and they faded. This is what they're looking like. Really, the darkest part is right here. But yeah, I'm going to document it all and we'll see the results. I'm also hoping that I don't get any redness. That would be ideal. So we'll see. Super happy with the results. I don't need to go back to another session. We got it all off in one. and I'm really happy about that. But I love them, and it was really painful. I will say it was very painful. I was not expecting that.
So my brows were microbladed for 10 years, and here's the process. So left and right. Left is done, right is about to be done. That was session 1. Session 2, here's a before video. See how they're red? And then here it goes. The machine, it's a pico laser at Beauty Bar Med in Tulsa, is zapping it. You can see right here, the ink gets zapped away. They numb you, but you don't have to numb. I don't think it hurts that bad. I don't have to numb. It takes like 10 minutes. Numbing takes a little longer than 10 minutes, but it's super easy. I highly recommend if you like overdid it. Here's 3rd session before. That's after and before actually. And then here's a before and after of.
I was a licensed tattoo artist for powder brows. I can tell you right now that there are a lot of things you need to consider before you do it. I'm going to tell you right after I go into my appointment to get my old powder brows removed.
We're back, and I would have taken you guys with me, but I am just not the kind of person that will ask like somebody doing treatments on me like, do you mind if I record?
Despite having done this for many years, I just don't have the courage built up for that yet. Anyways, so let me tell you why you should not get them done. If none of this applies to you, then I would say you're a great candidate for it. But if any of this applies to you, do not do it. First of all, these tattoos do not last forever. They might last a super long time, and they may partially last forever, but you're going to end up at some point in time with a discolored, faded out brow that looks really, really bad, as you saw in the beginning of my video. Mind you, my brows in the beginning of my video was after 2 sessions of removal. So they looked worse than that. They were big, blocky, and super dark and gray. And mind you, they were beautiful when I first got them done. Beautiful. I'll put a picture in. The girl who did my eyebrow, she snapped. The problem is, over time, your face changes, trends change. What you liked 2 years ago, you might not like 2 years from now. And that is especially true for brows. Like, as you guys have noticed, if you are on the internet at all, brow trends change so much all the time. When I wanted to partake in the wispy, like, laminated brow look, I couldn't do that because I had this big block tattoo on my eyebrows. As I have aged personally, I have noticed that my brow being darker and more arched gives me a very, like, mean look. I have RBF constantly, but it's at a very, very bad like level, to the point where I feel like it can be off-putting. Like when I'm just sitting down chilling, like people are always like, are you mad? And I'm like, I swear I'm not. My eyebrows are just so mean. Also, if at any point in time you just decide it's not for you, removal is super, super painful. You can do 2 types of removal. You can do pico laser, which is what I just did. It hurts. I'm a person with a high pain threshold, so I was able to tolerate it. But it does hurt. Like if you get laser hair removal anywhere, that hurts. But this hurts worse. It's your face. The other option is saline removal. When I tell you that hurts like this times 5, but let me tell you why. When I explain to you what they're doing to you, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to rethink that tattoo. So basically they re-tattoo the area, but instead of depositing pigment, they're depositing saline. And in order for that to work, the saline goes under the ink, and it's trying to come out as a part of the healing process. And so as it comes out, the idea is that it pushes out the ink with it. And then when you scab, the scab basically is the ink, and the scab falls off and the ink falls off, essentially. The problem is, I believe the tattoo rests in the 2nd level. In order for that to work, I gotta go 1 or 2 levels. I'm pretty sure it's 2 levels. Don't quote me on it. Below that. And I probably would have had to go like 5 more times.
Another thing that stood out to me is how many women said they were told it would fade. That is where I think the beauty industry needs to be more honest, because if something might last 6 years, 10 years, or partially forever, then people need to know that before they get it done. Do not tell people semi-permanent. Like that means it will politely disappear when they are tired of it. Say what it really is. It is a cosmetic tattoo. It may fade. It may change color. It may blur. It may last longer than expected. It may require touch-ups. It may require removal. And removal can be painful and expensive. That is informed consent, because a lot of people went into microblading thinking they were getting a temporary beauty service, not realizing they might still be dealing with the pigment years later. And once it is on your face, there is no easy undo button. Now, I do want to be fair. Some people love their microblading. Some people have had it done beautifully. Some artists are talented, careful, and skilled. Some women feel more confident because they finally have the brows they always wanted. So this is not about shaming anyone. But the regret stories matter too. Because when a beauty treatment is being promoted everywhere, people need to see both sides. They need to see the fresh results, but also the 4-year update. They need to see the healed brows, the faded brows, the orange brows, the gray brows, the removal process, the laser sessions, and the women who wish they had never touched their face. Because that is the full picture. And honestly, if you are thinking about getting microblading, I think one of the smartest things someone in the video said was, do not just look at the artist's fresh work. Go back years. Look at clients from 2 or 3 years ago. Message them. Ask if they still like their brows now. Ask how they faded. Ask if they got touch-ups. Ask if they regret it. Ask if they would do it again, because fresh brows are one thing. Aged microblading is another. The removal process also deserves its own conversation, because removing microblading is not like wiping off makeup. Some women are doing pico laser. Some are doing saline removal. Some are going through multiple sessions. Some are walking around with red, irritated, patchy brows while they heal. Some are waiting weeks between appointments. Some are spending more on removal than they spent getting the brows done in the first place. And that is what makes it so frustrating. You paid to get them done. Then you paid for touch-ups. Then you paid to fix the color. Then you paid to remove them. At that point, the brows have become a subscription service you never asked for. And for what? A trend that you may not even like anymore? That is why I really think people need to slow down before putting anything permanent or semi-permanent on their face. Because your face is not a practice canvas. So when you put all of these stories together, the message is not that every single person who gets microblading will regret it. Some people love it. Some people get great results. Some people truly feel better with it. But the message is that microblading is not something you should do impulsively because it is trending. It is a facial tattoo. And I think a lot of people forgot that. They treated it like makeup. They treated it like brow gel. They treated it like a quick beauty hack. But years later, many of them are stuck with blocky, faded, gray, orange, red, uneven brows that no longer match their face, their style, or the trends they want to try now. And now it costs them twice as much, maybe more, to get it removed. So the lesson here is simple. Do not treat your body like a trend. Because trends change. Your taste changes, your face changes, your lifestyle changes, your makeup routine changes. You as a person can change completely in a year, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. And something you loved at one point may become something you cannot stand later, especially when it is on your face. So if you are thinking about getting microblading, powder brows, nano brows, or any kind of permanent makeup, please think beyond the fresh before and after photos. Think about how it will fade. Think about whether you will still like that shape in 5 years. Think about how many touch-ups it will require. Think about whether you are okay with it changing colors. Think about the removal cost. Think about the pain. Think about the possibility that it may not fade the way you were told. And if you still want it after all of that, at least you are making an informed decision. But do not let TikTok, convenience, or a passing beauty trend pressure you into tattooing something on your face that you may spend years trying to undo. Because brow trends will come and go, but that pigment might stay a lot longer than you think. So I want to know what you think. Would you ever get your brows microbladed? Or are these regret stories enough to make you leave your eyebrows alone?